We experience thousands of tomorrows in our lifetimes. Many of them are just like any other day. But sometimes tomorrow means something more. It means a change of pace, a new beginning, a future that's full of potential. Now these are the tomorrows that we live for. The days when our lives change forever. And whether you picture a new job, a new country, new friends, education, family, adventure, culture, or just a change of scenery, we can help you get there. So take IELTS with British Council and bring your tomorrow closer.
We get the job done by getting the right people for the right job. From healthcare to technical work, hospitality to engineering, Filipinos trust us for our integrity as we stand firm in achieving success at all times. We get the best opportunities for everyone. We are Zion.
Behind those clean, crisp uniforms, warm smiles, and caring hands is a hero.
All right. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Jess. Good afternoon.
Hi. Sorry. All right. So, hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. So, this is our last installment of our IELTS Fireside Chat with our partners, mainly focusing on our healthcare professionals. So, this session is actually part of our hindi na nga siya month-long, but 2-month-long celebration for our healthcare professionals. And for today, we'll be discussing about caregivers. So our topic is more on caregivers, which are the rising new healthcare workers. And today, I am joined by our amazing partners who are recruiting for caregivers in Canada and in the UK. So I would like to welcome our partners, Zion International and Skilled Worker Immigration Specialist Incorporated, or SWISI. So I have now Miss Regina from SWISI and Miss Aurora from Zion. So to start the ball rolling, please introduce yourself. So let's start off with Miss Regina.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much, Jessie. I am, again, Regina Aguilar. I'm representing Canadian Immigration Consultancy, operated by SWISI, or Skilled Worker Immigration Specialist. And I'm a certified education consultant of ISAP, or International Consultant for Education and Fairs. Our company has been in the business since 1989. We provide immigration consulting and education services. So we process all types of services like for visa processing, for temporary visa up to permanent resident visa. We also have branches in Canada, in Taiwan, we have a team in US. We have offices in almost all the major cities in the Philippines. So once again, I'd like to thank you, British Council, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Ms. Regina. Thank you for saying yes for tonight's, for this afternoon's event. How about you, Ms. Aurora? Please introduce yourself.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So in behalf of Zion, thank you, British Council, for this opportunity to expose our agency. So Zion is one of the agencies who take care of nurses, Filipino nurses, and especially our Filipino caregivers. So we also assist, what do you call it, visa we assist those who would like to check their documents for their visas, and especially our skilled workers, we assist also them.
All right, thank you, Ms. Aurora. So this is gonna be an exciting discussion about another healthcare opportunity for our Filipino healthcare workers, which is being a caregiver, specifically in Canada and in the UK. So it's lovely to have you here, Ms. Reg and Ms. Aurora. So before we start, we'd like to encourage our viewers to type in your questions. For those who are participating in Zoom, please feel free to type in your question in the chat box. And for those who are tuning in on Facebook, hi everyone. My name is Jessie, by the way. Please feel free to comment, to write down your questions on the comment section, and later on during the Q&A part, our partners will gladly answer your questions. Okay, so let's get the ball rolling. Now, caregivers are considered to be one of the rising most in demand job in other countries, specifically in Canada and the UK. So nurses, please stay aside. Caregivers are coming in now. Now, in the healthcare sector, we see that, it's really rising. So how are Filipinos in demand for these jobs? Do you think that Filipinos are actually qualified? And why? Would you like to start with that, Ms. Reg?
There are several reasons why caregivers will continue to be in demand, specifically in Canada. One is due to the aging population. According to Statistics Canada, the portion of senior residents by 2030 will reach 25% of the total or overall population. So as we age, we require healthcare services and assistance, especially if you have chronic medical conditions. So the caregivers, they will help in terms of mobility, daily activities, the providing medications, and even with the emotional support, okay? And second, there's an increased awareness of home care benefits. So it's cost effective, it's efficient option compared to institutional care. So we love kasi to have home care, comfort of our own homes, right? And then there's a familiar surroundings, and of course the personalized care. And another reason is that the government of Canada recognized the importance of providing quality care to seniors, especially to those individuals with disabilities. So they provide fundings and investments in home care programs, and even open PR pathways for caregivers and home support workers. So to answer the question naman why Filipinos are preferred by employers, because due to our innate kind-hearted nature, we have empathy towards caring people like the elderly, right? And of course, our passion. So we have a strong ethics aligned with its values and expectations in the caregiving field. So that's what makes Filipino caregivers continue to be in demand.
Wow. What do you say about that, Miss Aurora?
I strongly agree with Miss Reg. Filipino caregivers are really in demand right now around the world, not only in UK and even in Canada. But why is it that they look forward for Filipinos? As I say, the world cannot live without the Filipinos, I think, because we are really hardworking people, and we are responsible with when we commit to a work. We don't just simply consider it as a job, but rather not but rather we consider it like a mission also to the elderly, especially. Okay, because you cannot just consider it like a patient. You have to consider them just like a part of your heart already. So I think that's the reason why we are really in demand around the world.
I see. I think it's innate in our culture to actually care for someone. And it's part of our culture to care for those who are older than us, like our parents or our grandparents. So we're very used to this one. Maybe that's why, just like in other countries for nurses, caregivers, Filipino caregivers are preferred by most countries, no? So, nasa atin talaga yan, mga kababayan. So, why not try and work as a caregiver in Canada and in the UK? So, speaking about this big opportunity for Filipinos to work abroad, please share with us the major perks of working as caregivers in Canada and in the UK. So what can we get if we decide to work as a caregiver in Canada or in the UK? Would you like to start, Miss Reg?
Before the Jessie, I would like to add,
Yes.
by the way, since this is sponsored by British Council, this is very important. One of the reason we are preferred is that we have a high level of English proficiency, the
Oh,
Filipinos.
yes.
Yeah, that's why we're proud to be a Filipino, right?
Yes, we can easily adapt to English countries because even if we were young, we can already speak in English, right, ma'am? That's correct. I agree. Okay. So moving
Okay,
forward. Yes.
With regards to the benefits, most caregivers in Canada, they enjoy competitive wages. Like they start with $14 per hour. And then if you work in British Columbia, most of them are receiving the highest is $28 per hour. And employers also offer overtime pay. And then aside from that, they also have employment benefits such as health insurance, paid vacation, sick leave, and retirement savings plan. And then they also have the opportunity to develop their skills and advance in terms of in their credentials. Like there are programs available in Canada that can lead to certifications or other educational path that will eventually lead them to higher employment opportunities. And then the job security, because the occupations is in high demand, all right, the job security is generally strong. So as the aging population is growing, even the childcare support, demand, the need for the caregivers is likely to increase more in the coming years. Okay, and one thing na we are looking at with the application for this is that the government is providing a PR pathway. So the caregivers can bring their family to live
Wow.
permanently in Canada. Yeah.
And later on, mukhang yan yung mga questions for later, no, Miss Reg? Okay,
Yes.
that's really nice. Full package, kumbaga. How about if I want to work in the UK as a caregiver, Miss Aurora? What are the perks?
Okay, one of the of course, when when a Filipino applies abroad, what comes into our mind is a higher and a greener pasture, right? So Zion can offer that kind of salary when they go when they go to UK. Um, the family, usually the caregivers that we sent out, their family does not follow, but they go along together. So sabay silang lumalabas ng bansa usually. Or sometimes, binibigyan lang ng 3 months. After 3 months, they can already get their family abroad. And aside from the, of course, the pounds that you're getting, okay, it's the joy from the Zion, okay? The joy that we can give to our Filipinos. Yung maiangat mo din yung buhay ng mga Pilipino, matulungan mo sila. That is the one of the main goal of our president, is to help other people, because she usually hears people complaining, ang hirap ng buhay sa Pilipinas. So what are you doing? That's a question. So apply. And that's what she does. And that's what you can
Okay.
get from Zion. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So basically, in a nutshell, for caregivers in Canada, there are a lot of opportunities. There's job security and there's PR pathway, not only for the caregiver, but for the rest of the family. And that's the same goes for the UK, competitive salary and PR pathway, where you can immediately bring your family to the UK. All right. That's so nice. And thank you for sharing with us these perks. I'm pretty sure some of our friends here watching on Facebook and on Zoom are now thinking about this opportunity about working as a caregiver in the UK and in Canada. So, given that, maybe please know what are the type of visas they need and what are the assistance that your agency provides. So let's start now with Miss Aurora.
Okay. Zion requires IELTS, okay, so that we can prove it to our employers that the caregivers that we are sending can really understand and can speak in English. We require what they call this skilled workers visa. We offer review for IELTS, and we also assist them in the preparation of their IELTS exam, like bookings. We find the dates, the schedule.
Okay. I see. That's nice. By the way, if I may say, I forgot to ask this question earlier, ma'am. So, what are the opportunities pala that are waiting for them in their chosen countries, like in Canada and in the UK, as a caregiver? So, can we start with Miss Aurora, since you spoke earlier? Then we start with Miss Rich, and then we go for Miss Rich next.
What's the question again? I'm sorry.
What are the opportunities that await them in their chosen country, ma'am? So when I work as a caregiver, what else can I be able to get? Like, are there maybe study opportunity, or are there other work that I may be able to apply on? And you mentioned about PR. What would be my requirements, etc.?
Oh, okay. Of course, you should have your when you want to get the family, okay, they should have this what you call COS, the sponsorship. Okay, they should be able, and we require also IELTS also for the caregiver itself, and then with the family that's following, what do you call this one? There are so many things like which I can't mention. So many things that they can look forward when they go to UK.
I see. Can you enumerate at least one, Miss Aurora? So family, no? For
Yeah,
migration.
yeah. Family
Okay.
migrate to migrate.
Okay. How about in Canada, Miss Reg?
All right. With regards to the opportunities available, right now, the caregiver opportunities is open for PR, although this should be discussed by the immigration consultant, but for information purposes, you can just check canada.ca for details. And I just give you like information for 2 opportunities that you can apply. And this is available for caregivers that are in Canada, because as of January of this year, the Home Support Worker Pilot Program is open for new application. And usually the processing time for that is 12 months. And then last April 30, they just changed the requirement from 24 months qualifying work experience to 12 months. So good news sa
Wow.
mga caregivers, di ba? Instead of 24 months na experience, 1 year lang you can apply na for PR. Now, while the home child care provider pilot, it has already reached the number of applications for this year, but it will reopen in 2024. So be ready to for that pilot. Now, these 2 pilot programs let the caregiver and their family members to become a permanent residents in Canada. So that's the good thing in this program. And then the second opportunity naman, because we have a lot of viewers maybe that are working in the healthcare
Yes, definitely,
field.
ma'am.
Yeah, so there's a newly open in the express entry, which is called the category-based selection. That's under the express entry system, and you can apply directly. That's via express. You just submit an express entry profile. So if you fall in the 6 categories, like your occupation belong to healthcare, science and technology, all right, contractors, agriculture, agri-food. There's also a criteria for those that have strong French language proficiency. You can apply with this category. Now, for healthcare, it includes 35 occupations, right? There's a personal care attendant, kasama dyan, nursing aide, my midwives, my healthcare aide. All right, so this is a good opportunity for you to start your application right now. Okay, so if you know someone in Canada working as a caregiver with 1 year work experience, please let us know and we can help them. If you are working in the Philippines with in the field of healthcare, then and you have at least 1 year work experience, let us know and we will help you with your Canada application.
Oh, that's nice to hear, ma'am. No, so there are already 2 options for caregivers and other healthcare professionals to be able to work and migrate in Canada. So that's the home childcare provider pilot, and this will open in 2024. But you
The
should be
child
ready.
care.
Yes, but you
But the
should
home
be ready.
support is open
The home support is
right now.
already
Yes,
open.
the
That's
support
right.
workers.
And it has been reduced to 12 months na lang for PR. Wow. And the other one naman is the category-based selection, which again, caregiver is under. Amazing, amazing opportunities for
Actually,
Canada.
Jess, caregiver is not really in that list,
Oh,
but
okay.
kasi usually yung nag-a-apply sa atin with a caregiver position, usually mga nursing graduate, or healthcare assistant, they can qualify for that. Nursing aid, yung home support, healthcare support, and those that has experience in the caregiving, they can qualify with that. Kasi
Wow.
requirement yan, at least post-secondary lang, secondary equivalent in Canada. So meron siyang college level like 2 years, but if sa current system natin, yung mga senior graduate, that's equivalent naman to secondary. So that's the minimum education requirement for that. And it's a good time for them to prepare for their education credentials as well as the English test.
That's right. That's right. And I'm pretty sure kakailanganin din, ma'am, ng work experience. So they have ample time to actually get that work experience to qualify to work under the category-based selection. Thank you. That's pretty exciting. And you mentioned, both of you earlier, you mentioned about the English test as one of the requirements. Now let's go back to the kind of visas that they need. So definitely an English test is one of the requirements. And what else? What kind of visa? What do they need to prepare? So Miss Aurora was able to answer that earlier. You want to add something to that, Miss Aurora? So you mentioned earlier about the skilled worker visa and they need to get the English test. That's right?
Yes, with the band of four only.
With the
For
band of
caregiver.
for
Yeah.
caregivers.
For caregivers,
Okay.
yeah.
And that's for the IELTS test. And they would need, I'm pretty sure, IELTS for UKVI. Is that right, ma'am? And
UKVI.
general training or academic po?
On general training.
General training. Okay. How about in Canada, Miss Reg?
Let me go back to the first yun, type of visa. So you need a permit, work permit to apply for caregiver, right? Number one, you have to ensure that you meet the eligibility criteria for a specific program or the pilot program you wish to apply. The second, you need to have a job offer from a Canadian employer who is authorized to hire, because they will have to apply for LMIA. And once you have the approved letter, LMIA, then you can apply for the work permit. You can submit the application for visa.
Ma'am,
And
sorry,
if
what's
you need
LMIA?
assistance,
What's LMIA, ma'am?
labor market opinion. It's a letter that that provides the genuine need for a foreign worker, that there's no Canadian workers available to fill the position. So the employer had to apply that with the Employment and Social Development Canada. So once they approve, then they can hire the foreign worker in the Philippines. And then after that, of course, may mga requirements na kailangan i-comply. But once na-comply nung foreign workers, then pwede na siya mag-process with the visa. And with the types of, the kinds of IELTS requirement, for caregiver, applying for PR, the requirement is at least CLB 5, okay? So for express entry, kailangan CLB 7, so no below 6 in all categories. So
CLB 5, ma'am.
What is that again, Jess?
You mentioned CLB 5 and CLB 7. So if
7.
CLB 5, ma'am, pareho, ma'am, no grades less, no band score lesser than 6. Tama po?
CLB 5, I think 4 ba yun? And then there's one at 3.5. Okay. So mababa siyang requirement, right? So I'm sure a lot of us will qualify for that score. So better prepare ahead. For express entry kasi, this is under federal skilled worker. If you apply for the low skill, then pwede yung CLB 5. But if you're applying under federal skilled worker, yung nasabi ko kanina, category based, you need to meet the minimum CLB 7. It means wala siyang below 6.
I see. So you can help them whichever pathway they can apply for. Is that right, Miss Reg? So you
That's
can
right.
decide whichever, if it's express entry on category based or for the home care program. Okay.
Yes, actually, if you pass the CLB 7, you have a lot of programs available for you to try, to submit application like provincial nominee program, the federal skill, or even those students that are under Canadian experience class. So maraming pwedeng tingnan na pathway.
Right. Thank you. How about in Amzai, ma'am? Do you give that kind of consultation? Like, do you tell them, advise them the kind of visa that they can actually apply for, given that there are many options going to the UK for
Yes.
caregivers?
once they apply, we give them the requirements. What are they going to do? And if they have questions, they can, the applicants are entertained 24 hours.
Oh, that's
Anytime they
nice.
can always contact us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what most Filipinos want, actually, no? Because we have a lot of questions every time, and the accessibility matters, especially for a new job that they are targeting to get. No? All right, thank you. Thank you so much for these. I hope our friends on FB, on Facebook and Zoom got these requirements. So our partners actually mentioned about IELTS, or an English test, or the English test that you actually need to be able to achieve your dream to work as a caregiver in Canada and in the UK. So, given that, to give you, everybody here, an overview about IELTS and how we can help you, we, the British Council, as your IELTS test center, help you with your test preparation, I would like to call in my colleague, Kit Aquino, to discuss preparation materials that we provide. Hi, Kit.
Hi, Jessie. Thank you. Okay. There you go. All right. Not only do we want you to register for the test with the British Council, but we are with you every step of the way. We lend a hand from registration to preparation to test the exam up to the results. Before you take the test, there are preparation materials made available by the British Council. Road to IELTS is the British Council's 100% online preparation program. Road to IELTS is practical as you have the listening, reading, writing, and speaking modules. Each module has 4 sections: getting started, advice and tutorials, practice zone, and test practice. There are 3 versions of the Road to IELTS. The free version can be taken by anyone and is accessible anytime. As the title suggests, it is free, so do give it a try. If you register for a test with the British Council, you get automatic access to the last-minute version. The last-minute version is accessible until a week after you have taken the test. The full version offers more interactive exercises, more tutorial videos, and more practice tests. The full version, however, comes at an additional fee. This comes with instant marking and feedback. This is available up to 6 months from the time of activation. Road to IELTS include mock papers. There are downloadable practice tests available for each skill. Study planner and progress check will give you access to a generic study planner and study guide for each test section. The progress check allows to track how much of the course you have covered. In advice and tutorials, there are videos by the British Council IELTS experts, which are packed with tips and tricks for your preparation and for the test day itself. So don't miss out on these secrets of your IELTS success. Interactive exercises allow the candidate to have more practice questions showing examples of test types. In the full version, there are 100 interactive activities modeled on real IELTS test papers. Again, this comes with instant marking and feedback. There's more. You have other resources to help you better prepare for your IELTS test. When it comes to mobile apps, the British Council have it too. In Learn English Audio and Video, you will find the best podcasts and videos offered on the Learn English website on topics such as UK food and culture, everyday life, and famous stories and poems. There is an extra feature such as moving audio script and a pitch control have been added to help with listening and understanding podcasts. In Learn English Grammar app, there are 1,000 practice questions. This should give you an idea what type of questions are being asked in the IELTS test. In Learn English Sound app, this provides phonemic chart to help with pronunciation. If you are taking or planning to take the IELTS on computer soon, we highly recommend that you try out the IELTS Computer Familiarization Test so you get the feel of taking the actual exam. Many of our test takers in the past usually try this out first as part of their preparation of the actual IELTS test. Or even if you're going to take IELTS on paper, do try the familiarization test. Maybe you'll also find it comfortable. The IELTS Prep app, we also have this, that you can download from Google Play or the App Store. The good thing about the mobile app is that it comes with a progress check function where you can monitor how well you are doing in terms of the exercise you are taking within the app. So you will know if you are improving or not while you are practicing within the app. And it's completely mobile, so take it anywhere with you, whether you're in the office or in transport to somewhere else, you can just pull it up anytime and review. Another great assessment tool prepared by the British Council is the English Score app. This is a fun way to prepare for IELTS as you can check your level of English skills. Share your results with friends and family and receive personalized recommendations for IELTS study options. On top of that, you also have the option to purchase an English score certificate that you can add to your LinkedIn profile and whatnot. Now, we also have the study planner. It is essentially a guide that will assist you in accessing all the resources we have for the test takers available on our websites. It is organized over 4 weeks, 1 week per skill, but if you have less time, you can actually compress all this in 1 week. Or if you have more time to prepare, do take your time, take it slowly, do it over 2 months. It is all up to you. It has all the link through the resources that can help improve your skills in preparation for the IELTS test. We have free webinars bi-monthly every Fridays at 4 p.m. Do check our Facebook page for the schedule and topic of the week. We also drill down to specific tasks. The info sessions are every Friday at 4 p.m. Philippine time. Do check the Facebook page of Take IELTS Official. If you want to know more, again, our website is ieltsasia.org/ph. The website offers tips on IELTS preparation, writing, preparation videos, and computer-delivered IELTS practice tests. British Council proudly presents our latest exclusive and premium IELTS preparation offer, the IELTS Ready Premium. Get better prepared for IELTS with your personalized IELTS study plan. The access is free and unlimited for registered British Council IELTS test takers. All you need to do is book your test with the British Council to get started. Register with us to get IELTS Ready Premium and IELTS Full Version Preparation Bundle. Use the promo code PREPBNDL. There's also IELTS trial test that you must make time for. Do include this in your schedule as this is a once-in-a-lifetime offer. There's still one remaining schedule this August. So that's on August 19. Do check out our IELTS trial test. More on promos, we have one exclusive for IELTS on computer promo. Get special price offer plus premium preparation materials for any weekday test this August. So my last words to you, those who are in Facebook Live, IELTS is a stepping stone to life-changing opportunities, and we will always be here rooting for all of you. Thank you. Back to you, Jessie.
Right, that is correct. We will always be rooting for you, everyone, for you to achieve your dreams, especially in working in the UK and in Canada as caregivers. We, as your test center, will work with you hand in hand to ensure that you get the band scores that you need. Just like what they said earlier, for UK caregiver, it's general training UKVI 4. And for Canada, depends on the visa that you would get. So that's either any band score lower, not lower than 6, or at times it may be band scores around 4. Okay, so let me just highlight. We have a new free review material that we have. That's IELTS Ready Premium, and it is now the review material you would get after you have registered the test with us. All right. Okay, so thank you again, Kit. I hope our test takers and our participants today took note of that. Let's now proceed to the Q&A. Our partners are giddy and excited to help to answer all those budding questions of yours about working as caregivers in Canada and in the UK. So first question. Can I apply as a caregiver even if I'm a fresh graduate? Any one of you would like to go first?
You should have. From Zion?
Yes, go, Miss Aurora.
We have to undergo different trainings and at least 3 years experience in our agency. 3 years experience.
3 years experience. Okay, so how about you in Canada, Miss Reg?
Sorry, for Canada, you need to have at least 1 year of full-time work experience.
1 year. Okay, so remember you heard Miss Reg mention about the program that's happening in 2024. You have 1 year to prepare for that. Okay, and then apply for that program. Next question. Thank you, Miss Aurora and Miss Reg. Can I apply as a caregiver even if I took a degree not related to healthcare? Sige, Ma'am Reg.
Actually, they will just require for a post-secondary and a training, most likely since they are requiring for a 1 year work experience. So better if you have a background, but if not, possible pa rin with the work experience.
So they can undergo, because I understand there are caregiver courses naman, no ma'am, and
Yes,
trainings. So they can
Yes.
undergo these trainings and then get 1 year work experience, then they apply.
Yes, and most of our applicants for caregivers usually have this already. No? Pagka-graduate pa lang ng secondary, they will take some short-term courses for caregiving and like that. And sometimes yung mga work experience is from the family pa. Because there's a family na nagkasakit. So, yeah.
They were hired as like personal home care
So that's right.
provider, no? Okay, nice. So that's also considered as a work experience. I see. Okay. How about in the UK, ma'am? Miss Aurora, if I don't have any background in healthcare, in caregiving or healthcare, do you have the same policy as in Canada?
We highly recommend that they should go training here in the Philippines and also earn experience.
To earn experience also. So everyone
Yes.
have to earn experience and the training also. Okay. So next one, how long is the application process? So we talked about the requirements, the visa, etc. How long is the application process for? In the UK, go Miss Aurora.
It depends on how you prepare. For example, in taking the IELTS, So you postpone taking the exam because you're afraid, you're scared of what. So it depends on how you will prepare. What is one good thing about us is, since our president stays in UK, a Filipino also, before she entertains caregivers, she has to look into those employers. She will personally check the place of where we will be bringing the caregivers. Okay, so it depends again on the client how fast she will be preparing the paper, her documents, since job orders is always there.
But ma'am, let's say I already have like complete requirements. I have my IELTS test. They're technically complete. How long would I wait for the processing and for me to get the visa and to be able to leave for UK?
Okay, so when you apply for that fast application for visa, there's like 7 days. So
7 days.
maybe in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks time, you can leave already if all your documents are there.
That's
You pass
fast.
the mabilis lang naman po once your documents are there and
I see. Okay, that's nice to know. 2 weeks, everyone. And there's even like a 7-day rush processing for UK visa. How about in Canada, ma'am? How long is the processing period?
For temporary work permit, usually, nasa the fastest, no, within 1 month or 2 months. But in average, nasa 3 to 6 months siya. Depends if the type of work permit na ina-apply, yung country of citizenship, and the time of year na nag-apply sila. Kasi minsan pa iba-iba. But yung sa amin na na-process lately, within 2 months, yung work permit. Medyo mahirap kasi dun sa part na paghahanap ng employer. But in terms of kung may approved LMIA na, tapos work permit processing na lang, mabilis na lang siya.
Okay, that's still fast. 2 months, 3 months. That's okay. So, okay, that's good to hear, ma'am. The next question would be, for the PR, the family part. How long can they already bring their families to be with them? Because in some countries, they have to wait for a year before they can have their families with them. How about in Canada as a caregiver po?
For Canada, as long as you are the caregiver is eligible to apply for PR, processing time usually is 12 months, and by that time, ma-PR na sila. They can include the family in their application. So parang family yung application by the time they apply for PR. Sabay-sabay din yun.
Sabay-sabay na. Okay, so they can automatically bring their families, immediate families lang, no, ma'am?
Yes, Jess. Immediate family.
If I'm a single person, I can bring my mom and dad. Tama po ba?
No. Your immediate family will be your husband, your kids, your dependents. Pag parents naman, when your status changed to PR, then you can sponsor them. May program for parent sponsorship.
I see. Okay lang, ma'am, di ba? Maybe I will find my true love in Canada, no? Kung baga.
Right.
I can wait for BR for that. Okay, so I think Miss Aurora had to drop off. She has a prior appointment, but that's okay. We have more questions here. Okay, ma'am, do they for their, let's say, IELTS review, visa processing fees, also their IELTS test fee, do employers sponsor the fees?
Usually, the employer sponsors yung processing, no, for the permit. And then they will also sponsor for the transportation. They will also sponsor for yung ticket. And then the rest, yung mga visa fees, depende kasi yan sa employer, but usually yung applicant na ang nagbabayad for the processing fee. But if I may share, no, for those viewers right now who are interested to apply, under this program, or even with the healthcare professionals for federal skilled workers, if you're interested and you wanted to prepare right now, we can assist you and help you in your IELTS preparation, the test booking, since we're in partnership with British Council. And we are giving a 10% discount to all our viewers right now who will book and
Wow.
prepare for the test. And then may discount po kayo for the visa processing.
Oh, that's nice. 10% discount. Okay, good. So if I were you, better book with better
Susie.
book your PC already because you have a 10% na, and we have been partners with them for a long time, similar with Zion. So we have another question here, but it's for British Council. So would you have more info about IELTS Ready Premium on your website? And can you share the link? Sure. Okay, let me just quickly share to you our IELTS Ready Premium. So this is a new offer which is exclusive to British Council IELTS test takers. So if you, I'm pretty sure you would register with us because you are getting this review material and an additional 10% discount from SWISI. So IELTS Ready Premium is the review material you'll automatically be getting once you register for the test, and it has personalized resources to help you prepare for the test, and it has free and exclusive review materials only for British Council test takers. So what would you get? These are 40 practice test materials inclusive of the speaking, writing, reading, and listening test, writing practice with model answers to show you what the examiners are actually looking for you to get the band score that you need, feedback on every reading and listening question, skills master classes to prepare you for the test, exercises for your reading, listening, writing, and speaking skills. So this is completely free. All you need to do is to register for the test, and automatically on your registration portal, you would get access to this. And this is the website. Our main website is ieltsasia.org/ph. If you want to check IELTS Ready Premium, so this is the link, ieltsasia.org/ph/ IELTS-ready-premium, or simply go to ieltsasia.org/ph and check out IELTS Ready Premium. So I hope I was able to answer your question. Okay, I think that was the last question for today. So before we end, I just want to ask for Zion and SWISI, if you have any contact details you would like to share to our viewers so they can actually directly contact you, and or activities that you have for your recruitment partners or for your applicants. So I'll start with Zion. So Zion International Manpower Agency. Contact details are as follows. So you can contact them via email or via contact number. So email is amzion2018@gmail.com. They are located in Quezon City, specifically at Teachers Village. Their website is www.amzioninc.com. You can also message them on Facebook. That's the Facebook account. So their Facebook account is Zion International Manpower Agency Incorporated. How about SWISI, Miss Regina?
For those interested, please send your inquiries and resume to swisi@gotocanada.com, or you can call us at 0920-989-9474. Or you may visit our office at Keppel Building, Cebu City. And then if you're interested to join our group orientation every week, please check our Facebook page, TIC SWISI Cebu. All right, there's a link provided there, or you can check our website.
Yes, so the website is www.gotocanada.com or www.cicswisi.com. All right. Okay. Do you have any activities you want to promote in the Philippines, Miss Reg, or do they need to just check your website to be updated on activities?
Yes, they can like our Facebook to be to be notified for our future events. This Saturday we have a group orientation. Next Saturday I have a group orientation here in Jakarta, and probably by September we have another event. And I'm also looking forward with another event with British Council, maybe
Of
soon.
course. Yes,
Okay.
yes. As you know, you can invite us and we can invite you as well. This has been very fruitful and we've learned a lot from you and Miss Aurora from Zion. Thank you so much for your time, your expertise, and your knowledge. So, to all our viewers out there, please take note of the contact numbers, contact details flashed earlier. If you want to achieve that dream to be a caregiver in Canada or in the UK, this is now your time. Directly contact CIC-SWISI and directly contact us, your preferred test center for your IELTS requirement. So, that was it. This is the last session we have for our IELTS Fireside Chat for healthcare professionals. This has been Jessie. Thank you so much again to Zion International Manpower Agency and CIC-SWISI. Miss Reg, thank you. Straight from Jakarta. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Jessie, and thank you, British Council, for the partnership.
Thank
you,
you,
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. See you in our next events. Take care. Bye.
We experience thousands of tomorrows in our lifetimes. Many of them are just like any other day. But sometimes tomorrow means something more. It means a change of pace, a new beginning, a future that's full of potential. Now these are the tomorrows that we live for. The days when our lives change forever. And whether you picture a new job, a new country, new friends, education, family, adventure, culture, or just a change of scenery, we can help you get there. So take IELTS with British Council and bring your tomorrow closer.
We get the job done by getting the right people for the right job. From healthcare to technical work, hospitality to engineering, Filipinos trust us for our integrity as we stand firm in achieving success at all times. We get the best opportunities for everyone. We are Zion.
Behind those clean, crisp uniforms, warm smiles, and caring hands is a hero.